group is going to continue the lecture of intelligence.
Hi, Arvin Dave, and I will tackle the group test. Group tests, individual tests like the Stanford Binet and the Western Bellevue, require the services of trained examiner. An estimated of the abstract intelligence possessed by large numbers of people in short-time standardized group tests must be employed. In World War I, group tests of intelligence were administered to more than 1.5 million soldiers. 2. Tests were delivered Army Alpha and Army Beta. Army Alpha is a verbal of language test. It contains items much like than the standard for Binet. Army Beta is the non-language test. Items in Beta required counting, marking, and ability to see relation expressed in pictures, numbers, and diagrams. World War II, group test called Army General Classification test was administered to more than 10 million men. AGCT consists their three sorts of material vocabulary, arithmetic, and block counting problems. The scoring was so arrested that average soldiers and 100 points to be accepted in officers' candidate schools, soldiers, and earned 110 scores or better. Inductees who earned less than 2 points and ordinarily given individual performance. How intelligence tests are made. Those unfamiliar with intelligence tests often speak, and through this examination were hodgepodge and questions, problems, and puzzles thrown together, helter-skelter, and self-appointed mental tester, such a view as a far corrected. Test item must be valid indices of mental alertness, validity checks, and made against various criteria. School grades, judgment of intelligence by competent observers, and intelligence weakness and slowness show in learning. Number 2. Test items are carefully selected to sample a wide range of mental activities. Wide sampling takes account in individual differences in ability and interest and guarantees. Number 3. Test items are graded in difficulty so that become harder and harder as one goes through the list. Of this increase in difficulty provides a measure level or power. Number 4. Mental examination must be tried out a large number of children or adults in order to provide stable norms and standard norms and typical soldiers and average. Number 5. Instruction by having the mental examination of carefully up must be followed explicitly by examiner. And last, distribution of intelligence. People differ in the scores which they earn upon the intelligence test, just as they differ in height, weight, and personality traits. Intelligence tests and given that the children provide the clearest picture of the variation of mental ability in the general population. Children are more readily available than adults. They are more easily tested and their abilities and interests are more flexible.
Another topic of intelligence is feeble-mindedness. A feeble-minded person has a feeble or weak mind. To be feeble-minded is to be mentally slow. People with an IQ below a certain number are feeble-minded in a technical sense. A person who is a feeble-minded is 70 below of IQ. They can do simple routine tasks, can get along with other people, but cannot perform great at school. They need more focus and reading. There are 3 grades of feeble-minded: the idiot, imbecile, and moron. Let's talk about the idiot. Idiot's IQ is below 25, and they must be carried in institution. Next is imbecile. Imbecile's IQ is about 25 to 50. They can do farm and do households. Number 3 is moron. Moron's IQ is about 50 to 70 or 75. They can do more tasks than the imbecile. The next topic is high intelligence. A person who has an exceptionally high intelligence quotient is typically above 140. Some of the bright person found out that their schoolworks are interesting. Next is average intelligence. Some of the person who has an average intelligence has an IQ of 85 to
Hey,
150.
I'm Armeenah Aguinaldo Usman, and I will tackle about verbal understanding. A synonym for each word at the left can be found among the words in the same line with it. Ability to pick out the synonym show the extent of word understanding, which is vital factor in the learning process. Ability to calculate tested by this exercise is one of the most specific of the primary mental function. This number code is based on the numerical system of the ancient Mayas. Reasoning. An unrelated object in each line is out of keeping with the rest. In the top line, for example, all but the fedora are party hats. Removing power is important in intellectual occupations. Heredity and intelligence. Intelligence behavior may convergence be classified as abstract, mechanical, and social. The first category concerns the ability to deal with symbols. The second, the skills in manipulating physical objects, tools, machine, and the likes. And the third, the tactfulness in the personal and social affairs. Two score are derived from the Stanford Net, the mental age or MA, and the intelligence quotient IQ. Most intelligence tests rely primarily upon verbal materials, but some make use of nonverbal and performance tests. Blocks, picture are especially valuable with young children and puzzle. Diagram, performance, and nonverbal tests person with language difficulties. Word fluency. Naming picture with the words all of which begin with the same letter measure fluency of vocabulary. This quality is indispensable to writer, teachers, and lecturers. Constancy of the IQ. Many psychologists have found a tendency of high intelligence to gain in IQ and those low intelligence to lose somewhat in IQ as they grow older. There are many factors which may affect the stability of a measured IQ. Obviously, important are physical defect, disease, irregularities, or of physical growth, direct coaching upon the intelligence test, and many social aspects. Psychological test. It is also known as mental measurement psychological instrument, psychometric inventories rating scales. This is the standardized measurement of a particular psychological variable as a personality intelligence or emotional functioning. They often consist of a serious question that subject rank as true or false. However, tests can use written, visual, or verbal method. And that's all end of our report and I hope you learn a lot about intelligence. Thank you.